don't know what to say.
Hey, welcome back to our channel.
What?
We're so Stop!
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. This is our 1 year in the RV, so we figured we'd do a video on it, give all the pros and cons, and if we do say a con, don't hate us about it.
I made a video on my
Hate us about it?
Hate us. I made a video on my channel because like we started this channel and then it was like, so I made a video about like the pros and cons and I got a lot of hate. And then we did a video together on there. And that wasn't as bad.
It was better.
But the one I made like got a lot of views. We just thought we would do a year update because I made that after like maybe like 4 or 5 months in here and we weren't fully adjusted. So now we're adjusted. We're almost done with the renovation, so it's a lot more homey. And a lot of people want to know like the truth. I feel like people don't make a lot of like honest videos. So we like to bring the honesty when it comes to this stuff because online you see all the glamorous things and it's not at all glamorous. Let's start with the pros just to, you know, pop off on a positive note.
So we spent a lot of time together.
What do you mean? As if we spent separate time in the house.
Yeah, but I'm saying like...
Okay, to give an idea, we moved in here last May. It was May 11th, wasn't it?
Something like that.
So we sold our house, and our house was how many square feet?
1,500.
So it was 1,500 square feet, 4 bedrooms. We had like a really nice bathroom with like double sink, a huge backyard, a garage. We loved our house. And so we're going from that to an RV, which is very, very small.
We enjoy it, but there's definitely downsides against the space as well. The bathroom, I don't take showers in here. I think she has once, and it's just...
I did like twice.
It's not the best. I can't even stand up straight in there.
And before we get into this is not advice. There's a many arrangements of RVs out there.
Manyest.
And this is our RV, which is not the same as every other person's RV, because there's a lot of people like, well, I can shower in mine, fine,
yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
We have
That's
a C-Class. Cool. It's a 2009, so it's drivable. Sure, if you have a fifth wheel or a pull behind, you have
bigger space.
You don't have all the chassis, so they tend to be taller, because this has to have a sturdy chassis to drivetrain, everything else. So it's different.
It's definitely less space. Like bathrooms can be pretty big, or like A-classes and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Their showers can be like a normal tub, but ours is literally just like this tiny little thing. He barely can stand in there, and like we need to get a new shower head, but we don't mind because we just shower at the gym, like after our workout. And if we don't go to the gym that day, we'll just shower here, at the park. But we still don't poop in here because I mean I do sometimes.
Because it's an emergency.
Sometimes you have those emergency poops.
Dude, I'll emergency.
You're like, oh, I waited too long. I can't make it down there.
I'll emergency prairie dog all the way down there, like if that's what I gotta do.
One day I did. It was. I'm not gonna go there.
On next episode of talking with Mary about poop.
But when we got it, we think that there was like a clog or something that we didn't know about in the toilet. So anytime you went to the bathroom, it would back up pretty bad. Now if I go, it doesn't. But we also don't use toilet paper like to flush anymore, since we just pee. So, and it's just me using it.
Yeah, I don't use toilet paper to pee. Let's just clarify that real quick.
Pros, we can move it anywhere that we want.
That's a pro.
We're gonna travel. We just haven't left yet, and we knew like moving into the RV that we weren't gonna be leaving right away. We moved from Oklahoma because he got out of the military last June. So we moved into the RV in May, stayed in Oklahoma for a month in it, and then we drove to Florida, and now we've been here ever since because his parents live here and we've always wanted to live here. Plus it's warm and I can't imagine being in an RV during cold months. But we can move anywhere. We also have the ability to travel.
That's the same thing. Another pro is it's a lot cheaper to renovate your house when you only live in this kind of a space, because we definitely, it did not look like this at all, especially all the whites. With the kitchen we did the countertops, We did the sink, we did the faucet, we did the backsplash, we did new hardware, knobs, everything.
It looks nice.
Yeah, and with everything we've done, we've probably easily stayed under $1,000. And we're almost done. We just have the bathroom a little bit, flooring, couch, dinette, and that's it. So the way it is now, like, we honestly really enjoy staying in here. Obviously the space is a problem sometimes, but it's really allowed us to see what we need in our house and what we don't. The biggest thing about when we moved into an RV is we really didn't want to get a storage unit, even though we almost did at one point. But damn, those things are expensive. And you gotta get in. I wanted it for the motorcycle. I mean, come on. She shouldn't be sitting out there out in the elements. We got rid of a lot of stuff. We went down to like anything in the RV plus like 4 or 5 totes that we had in the back. A couple of those are at my parents' house, at least, because we don't need Christmas stuff with us at all time. And there's a few more other things that we like to keep back there that if we need it, we have it. Pro about staying anywhere we want is a lot of the RV parks and things like that, even though right now we're at one that it's cheap for where we're at, but it's not the best like compared to where we first started staying. But they went up crazy for winter prices because that's when everyone comes to Florida, and we didn't want to pay for that.
I mean, it's kind of hard to go over all of the pros because, I mean, we are living in a smaller space and stuff, but pretty much the only reason we're doing this is to travel more and have more life experiences rather than just like paying crap. And we also have paid off all of our credit card debt since being in here, and we've just been able to, and you can save money like depending on how you live. Like for us, we're in a very touristy area, so, and it's Florida, so it's a little bit more expensive at parks, but you could do boondocking, and you can even go places and like work there to have like your spot for free. And there's a lot of ways to save money. There's some people that literally have a budget of like $1,000 a month or something, which is not our budget, but there's just a lot of ways to save money doing this lifestyle, especially if you have an RV that's paid off and you don't have a payment for it.
And there might be less pros now, especially after a year, because at the beginning we were super excited, and then we've had our flaws. We've ran out of propane. We've done everything. We have crap cable.
We don't watch much TV.
But
we don't have Wi-Fi.
We do have Wi-Fi now.
We don't have Wi-Fi that's utilizing TV and stuff. We just have it for like work.
But I already know that even though the negative con list is probably more than pros right now, once we start traveling, I guarantee that pro list will grow compared to the cons list, because we're not going to be thinking about the negatives about traveling because we're going to be traveling. So, and
there'll be more pros and cons that are different than they are now when we're actually traveling, because there could be a lot of issues on the road. But we have insurance that covers most things.
Yes.
That's smart.
So living in an RV and traveling, I'm sure, is great. We will find out very shortly. The people that live in these parks, or parks in general, and just live in an RV by choice, I don't understand how you guys do it, if you guys are watching.
More power to you, but we don't want to do this forever.
No, I want a house again.
We'll get into the negatives. So,
can't poop in the RV. I can't shower in the RV. It's small. I hit my head on things. There's no room around the bed. The couch isn't that big. There's only a small dinette. It gets dirty very quickly, especially living with cats.
Ew, don't make it sound gross. We clean. It does not smell like we have cats in here.
I'm just saying it gets really dirty because we have cats. They track stuff. We're in and out, dirt on the shoes. Even if you take your shoes off, stuff gets in.
We use a lot of vacuum and Chom Chom roller.
No dishwasher. Sink small.
It also gets pretty hot in here in the summer, so the air is running all the time, which makes our bill go up, since it goes over our bill. In the winter, you have to use propane for the heat. Thankfully, we're in Florida, but it still got cold. And then it runs out really quick, so we actually just got a space heater, which heats up the whole place. You have to dump out your own poop. Even though we don't poop in here, still pee, because the tank is full.
Well, there's probably a turd in there every time we dump it. Somebody.
There is right now. Legit. Another negative is our bedroom doesn't have a slide out, so it is pretty small back here. I don't know if you mentioned that. Also, clothes. We don't have organization for that yet, still, after a year. Stop. So, our clothes are just folded up in there, and then we have them hanging. So we have to be very like frugal on what clothes we keep. And if we do get a like ton of new clothes, we kind of have to get rid of some because there's not enough space.
No space.
These are our personal experiences. This is not blanket advice for every RV. Just want to mention that.
Just to cover our bases.
It's just us. Not every RV doesn't allow you to take a poo. It's just our personal preference, our decision, and how we're living. And our opinion.
Yeah.
And we do like it. We do. We do. But it's definitely not something that we want to do forever. It's just we want to be able to travel, like I said, have more experiences, and not just like pay stuff off. Plus, I'm very minimalistic. With him being in the military, we never really accumulated that much stuff because we knew we were always going to be moving. So we didn't have to sell like that much. Honestly, we like never decorated homes or anything. The hardest thing has really just been adjusting to the space, the fact that we can't shower in here, and just like cooking dishes, just basic life stuff that like the luxuries of having a home that you don't normally have but in an RV, or that you do normally have that you don't have in an RV.
Yeah, I definitely want to have an RV for like the rest of my life. I think RVs are great, and I think you can do a lot of things with them. It's great that you can just go somewhere and stay wherever you are and everything else. As far as living in it full time, after being in it for a year, are we sick of it? Sure, but there
Certain days.
is also times where it's nice to come home and get in our little hole once we close this door and just are in the bedroom, and it's kind of cozy.
I think it'll be a lot better once all of the renovations are done.
Yes.
Overall, like, we don't mind. It's just like whenever we go, I think it's harder whenever we like go stay somewhere. Like a night, like for Valentine's Day, we stayed in like a really nice condo in Orlando. And then we have to come back here and we're like, damn! So it's just stuff like that, but I mean, we've adjusted well, and now it's just like our new normal.
Well, that was our list of things that we like and don't like. Being in an RV for a year, there's a lot of different things that people like. There's a lot of different things that people don't like. Obviously, there's going to be people on here that are like, wow, why would they even say that? Why are you living in an RV? I like a lot of the people that she got on her video whenever she commented. The RVers came out and they were freaking ready to brawl.
They were like, a blonde young girl? She's stuck up and rich. Why is she living in one? Banished.
But like I said, they're just opinions. Opinions are like buttholes. Everybody has one.
And we're not rich, by the way, by any means.
No.
By any stretch of the imagination. Never have been. Grew up pretty poor.
So we hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, like it and comment what you do like about an RV or what you want to know more.
Or questions, yes. Questions. Use that I could add in wherever I wanted.
Yeah, normally in between a space.
Anyways, we want to make RV videos and stuff. So if you have questions, definitely comment them.
Definitely check out our shorts on here if you can, as well as our TikTok if you're not on there as well. That way you can see little more pieces of our life, our relationship, our reality.
Personality.
I just joined those. Our reality. It still works. And just see more of us and more of the RV and other things like that in little shorter segments.
And we want to do like not just sit down videos too.
Yeah. But go ahead and subscribe, and until next time.